You're checking out my favorite YouTube channel. I am Chillmonger. Did I just become a racist YouTuber? What is this video talking about? Lizzo can't act? Yeah, the truth hurts. Definitely have joined that side. They're not so bad. They actually are quite accommodating. So this is how it's gonna go down. I no longer support. I'm kidding. Duh. I think I took that joke too far. So I tweeted that Lizzo about this tweet right here. It says Lizzo was on screen 10 minutes and spoke less than Jack Black. Her acting was bad, but it wasn't enough to break the episode for me. This is one of those gray areas to where the Angel Reese hater types, they're safe and comfortable enough to release their pent-up sage mode chakra. Mandalorian. So the pent-up sage mode chakra, that is a Naruto reference, which you may not completely understand if you're not up to date. Basically, when Naruto stands still, he's able to gain power. And then when he starts moving again, he's just got this super elite power. So basically, they've been remaining like, I want to insult Grief Karga, but I can't. I want to be mad about some other guy, but I can't. Oh, yes, finally, we got one. A reason to be upset. The acting was bad too, so I get to be able to mask some of my hateful thoughts into criticism, which is the bread and butter of them, of their ilk. You know, all the YouTubers I'm talking about, and, just a whole bunch of nameless people who are on Twitter that retweet and like and stuff. But there's about a handful of these guys who are about that life, and I'm joining them. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course, I'm not going to join them. Lizzo is trash as an actress. Here, I'm going to share my screen, which I probably should have done before I started. That's annoying clicking that you're going to hear now. Boom, boom. And play this part. She's going to deliver her line about where she guys
Perhaps.
being banished to the moon.
As for now, you must live in exile on.
And when she says the name of this moon, look at her eyes because she's going to deliver it to where the moon's name. She's going to look right at him, and then it's going to shift for a little millisecond to the right. Watch closely.
The moon of Paraquat.
So on the moon of Paraquat. Now she says that. Now she just banished the guy to the moon of Paraquat. I'll try to find it again so I can play it. And instead of like grilling him, she's like, "My eyes are done acting. My eyes are done acting." And just that little thing that takes me right out the scene. You've been banished to the moon of Paraquat. I'll play it again.
Perhaps. As for now, you must live in exile on the moon of Paraquat.
And to me, that slight change of direction, as little as it was, is enough for me to go, "Oh, that's some bad acting." That's what I can pinpoint it. I can point out what it is about Lizzo rather than just being, hateful about it or either angry about it without getting into specifics. That's called criticism, folks. Seek YouTube audiences or YouTubers, content creators who do it that way and not fucking hell. These guys are the worst. Let me invite my friend. He's from Tennessee and he streams. I can't. Like, there's a lot of people telling on themselves recently. And you got to be able to catch it when you see it. Dave Portnoy, Dr. Jill Biden, with this whole Angel Reese situation. If you're not aware, Jill Biden's that's the president of the United States' wife, first lady, because he got more votes than the other guy did. That woman, she's like inviting different teams to the White House, and the winning team gets invited to the White House. So they're like, in name of sportsmanship, yeah, LSU gets to come, which is a team with black girls mostly, but Iowa's gonna come too, which is, and they lost. Iowa lost. That's the problem there. If you guys are unaware, like, people telling on themselves, there's just this je ne sais quoi that Iowa team had, which Dr. Jill Biden felt like she needed to invite for sportsmanship. Dave Portnoy, you guys know what he posted. He said that she was classless. I thought that he didn't realize that the other player, Caitlin Clark, did the same taunt the game prior. And I thought like he would have doubled back. Oh, my bad, didn't know. Okay, then I can see where that taunt come from. But instead, he kind of was like, no, it's different because Caitlin did it, but Angel did it for longer. It was a championship game. It was the clap back. Do we not? If we look at things like the shooting that happened at that school in America Forget which state this one was in. But when it happened, the cops arrived on site, made sure to kill the guy who was doing the school shooting. It was a clapback. It was the retaliation, and it's justified even when the force is more so than what he did to them. Because I'm not trying to say here. I'm trying to say that even though the shooter didn't actually go after these cops because of what he did prior, that was enough to take his life. Even when he was laying down, they still gave him more bullets. Like, that's fine. It's acceptable. I get it. You can always go harder to the one who started it. In most cases. I'm thinking about someone going to use that against me when I talk about Jonathan Majors. You see? Chillmonger supports Jonathan Majors going back harder on her. Separate situation, okay? We're not with that. And he may not even have done it. But a lot of people told on themselves with that thing too. We're just running with the way that they report on the story. I noticed how he's the Creed star and not the Marvel star, even though there's a Marvel movie with his name under it, even though there's a Ant-Man has a bigger audience than Creed has, even though Creed is successful because of the different levels of success, less of a budget, less of a marketing, and it made more. Even though Creed does not need to be his go-to movie. Oh, he's that boxer guy from Creed. I don't like that. People telling themselves the way that they gave benefit of the doubt or slandered him and made it seem like he was someone who actually did this stuff. Someone who didn't, who's not innocent until proven guilty. People are telling on themselves all the time. You got to be aware of that. And I can't imagine how you guys, see, every time I wear yellow, the camera changes color. So every time, I like this. Every time, I was saying, if you're an adult, you have to be, by now, it's like time you realize who the hateful people are, who have not nice things to say about the George Floyd topic and versus the legitimate people. And these coincidences add up. These patterns add up. The Star Wars, what's the character name? Reva, was it? Who was played by Moses Ingram? That was very telling, everyone. If we want to be mad at Star Wars for The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, that era of the sequel trilogy, if we want to be mad at that for those parts, cool. But those idiots who harped on, they say we're racist because we don't like roast Tico. No, no, not really. Not really, not at all. I don't know why you're trying to go the race angle when it comes to Rose Tico. It was just a bad character and wasn't even that significant to the whole thing, right? It wasn't Ben Kenobi or Ben Solo. It wasn't Luke Skywalker. It wasn't Rey. It was like the fifth of that movie, and we're all on that. Like, why are you so fixated on the race thing? Because you're trying to say we're racist or sexist people because not really. Rey is just bad character. Because Rey isn't anything explained. The parentage is everywhere. There's a lot that is bad about the sequel trilogy era. That's complaint-worthy. Maybe some of you are fans, but there's complaint-worthy stuff. And the race and the sex is really far from it. But those who harped on, they just call it sexist because we don't like Rey. No, I think your sexism has a lot to do with being labeled sexist. In a way, Lucasfilm makes that crowd correct with their actions, and I hate that they do because of the way that they roll and the way that they retort and some of their actions, and it's just like some of the products that they do. Lucasfilm, Marvel does this too. In a way, like what's the She-Hulk thing with the guy in the car recording his video? It's just unearned. Her powers are not the same. Like, they're trying to force it on us. Some guy had a line like that, which resembled them, like validating them, legitimizing them, and putting them in their movie. In a way, there is this fan base of maybe it's 10 people. There's like 10 people who are influential enough to F with this studio over there, Marvel and Lucasfilm. And there's a war happening there. And I'm a bystander watching, and I'm like, these are both idiots or extremists of different opinions. And I'm just trying to watch Daredevil, Born Again. I'm trying to enjoy Marvel and not have to sit through the Kamala Khan episodes where they're just like, let's leave the country of America because she's not from here. Let's explore her lineage and really just chill and see what the youth in Karachi are eating around the campfire. How is that forwarding the story and the plot? Like, why is diversity and everything they complain about, it takes away from the story? And why are you making that correct, Marvel? This video's gone way past Lizzo, and it's just me ranting on like the ongoings of our cultural fighting that's happening here. But there are bigoted human beings, solely hateful people, and you know who they are. And they decided to use the Lizzo thing. I know I'm gonna check out them YouTubers. I'm gonna hear what people say, and see who's on the panel of the StreamYard, who's hosting, who's got some other things to say, and I'm gonna figure things out. It's not hard for me to figure things out. The Lizzo situation in this episode, while she was a bad character with bad acting as a novice, I understand why she's a very popular artist. Lil Grogu or Baby Yoda is very popular too. On Instagram, she already posted it like something like 15 hours ago. She posted an image of her with the Lil Grogu guy. I said 15 hours ago. By the time you see this, it might be a day ago, okay? On Wednesday morning. Hey, I'm in Star Wars. Lizzo is beneficial. Yeah, when I see Jack Black, it feels like not Star Wars anymore just because of the roles I'm used to seeing him in. But he's got his audience as well. Christopher Lloyd. There are other the wrestler. Mercedes, what's her name? Vernado? I was going to say Vernado. Costco Reeves. That woman, Mercedes Money, was in this episode. And there's most certainly a pro wrestling audience who are digging what she's selling, what she's shoveling. They're digging what she's... No. What are they digging? They're digging what she's fertilizing. That sounds... No, it's not digging. The saying does not go that way. It's not, are you digging what I'm... Why am I saying that? It's because of Be Real with D-Real. His catchphrase, if you're digging put some dirt in my bucket. What I'm shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. He had a line like that, and I'm botching it, and it's really throwing me off right now. Costco Reeves is a fan favorite. She's pro wrestling and Star Wars. They both meet up at the convention. You will find Power Rangers and all the Yu-Gi-Oh! And everybody at those conventions. So it's a crossover audience that may be attracted now to Star Wars or rejuvenated their interest in Star Wars because of that cameo. Cameos are useful. Lizzo was beneficial long term. That little Grogu thing that's selling toys may sell more toys. Now maybe someone has a Grogu toy in the house, and then the sister of that someone is a big Lizzo fan. And well, that's the thing that Lizzo just posted. Let me see that little baby. This is the thing, like plays with the ears. Cool. You've engaged. It may lead to fandom, which may lead to merchandise or ticket sales in the future. But there is a family in the world who had a scenario play out just the way I said it would. Just the way I said it would. Okay, that's my Lizzo stuff. That's my clickbaity title with the thumbnail. That's my everything that I have to say on the topic. And I'm 13 minutes in. Appreciate everyone for watching me talk about Lizzo and Mandalorian. Until next time. Till tomorrow, where I talk about like DC and how they should have kept their mouths shut and not told us anything. Until that video, adios.